And thank you so much for your time. The big question, what has made Spain such a challenging opponent for France?
I think it was difficult for us because tactically we had a plan to go for them under pressure, to go 1 against 1, to don't let them lead the tempo of the game, to don't let them play in the way they want to play, because of course it's a team who love to have the control of the game, the control of the ball, and that's what we let them do. We let the midfield too much time to play, and at the end of the day they have quality to play. So at the end it's difficult when you don't change the plan of Spain. And after they had a penalty, I think that's helped also to come in the game. And after the score, second goal in the second half, and we didn't be at the level to go to the final.
I know how much pressure you put on yourself. How would you evaluate your night?
Oh, of course. At the end of the day, you take all the glory when you win. When you don't win, you have to take. At the end, it's part of the game. It's part of my game. It's part of my life. And as a captain, I have to take all the responsibility. And I have no problem with that. We wanted to go to the final. We didn't go. So now we have to go and take what the people do to us.
Last thing, I know how close you are with Didier. What words were shared with your manager after tonight's loss?
Oh, I think nothing changed about what Didier means for us as a French people. As a manager, as a player, he wrote an amazing history. There is one game left for him, so we're going to try to play the best game for him because he deserves it, and also all fans deserve it to have a win and to finish third in this World Cup.
Thank you.
Kylian Mbappe wants to do it for his manager, his departing manager, as we've discussed, Didier Deschamps, that third place game on Saturday down in Miami. He has 8 goals in this World Cup so far, still has a chance, Alexi, to add to that total, and he's only 27. We're going to see so much more of that young man on this world stage.
And I think you just saw right there why he is so valued, not just because he scores goals and does it at a rate and an ability unlike a lot of people out there, but he's a leader. He takes responsibility. Kudos to him for coming out and again, talking to our Jenny Taft, who I know has established relationships with the French team, and she speaks French, and so it's no surprise. But I think he recognized, as we've said all along, that they got ultimately beaten by a better team. It was one of those days. I think he also recognizes, and rightfully so, his coach and what his coach has meant to him. But we're going to see him score a lot more goals continuing forward with Spain and when it comes to the club. So he is a star in every sense, and he has had a wonderful World Cup. Ultimately couldn't get the trophy here, but it doesn't diminish anything. And he's got one more game to play. And I love the fact that he's already referencing what they are doing for him and for his coach in that third place game.
I think it's being clear to everybody watching who's in charge on this desk, and that is the sheriff that we have with us. Sheriff Zlatan, you're fitting in nicely to Texas.
I feel like a Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
So it has been amazing time here in Dallas, Texas. We had a wonderful game today. We enjoyed. We even enjoyed the barbecue.
Yeah, I heard about that. We didn't get.
I still have it.
No. We asked you to come. You went the other way. Don't do that. Don't do that. We asked you to come. You went the other way. Don't do that.
So I want to thank Dallas. We're coming to Atlanta to the second semifinal. Let's see what happens there, Rebecca. Is it coming home or are you going home?
Well, I'm still here for now, so I'm going to hedge my bets and I'm going to go.
Wow.
I'll still be here.
Yeehaw!
Oh, wow. Okay. Thierry,
what's going on? You feel it, eh? My horse is outside.
Are you going to ride all the way to Atlanta?
I'm going to ride all the way to Atlanta.
Okay, great. We'll see you there tomorrow.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts as you go to bed tonight ahead of the second semi-final?
Well, you still have to beat the world champion if you're England. And I said earlier, playing well. I was meaning that they're doing well.
Yeah.
Not ultimately playing well, England, but it doesn't matter. There is no rift. You're in the semi-final, and if you have to win the World Cup with mentality and only grit, so be it. And people are happy. Like I said to you, people can relate to that team. But you're playing the world champion with a special guy in it that can do wonders. Having said that, Julian Alvarez appeared, Enzo Fernandez appeared. So be careful. It's going to be a tough one. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow and see how you're going to be watching the game.
Oh, Gentlemen, if you can ask the horse if there's room for us, and we'll all get on your horse with you, Zlatan, and head to Atlanta, Georgia for the second semi-final. Gentlemen, we will see you tomorrow. Thank you, as always,
What did you
for
say?
your company.
Yeehaw.
That does it for us.
Rodri, congratulations. You guys managed to have a good level of control against one of the most disruptive teams in the world. What was key for that?
Collective effort of everyone. I think Spain is been growing around the World Cup. I think today we did the best performance so far. I mean, what a team, you know, we face with all the strength they have in all the lines, very, very strong team. They can punish you in every single moment, so I think the focus on every single minute was key in this game. Unbelievable effort of everyone. I cannot say a player that was like, it was an unbelievable effort of the guys that play and the guys who came from the bench, always raising the level.
Is composure one of the key elements of this team, and how did you develop this throughout the years?
Yeah, I think I said it in the games before. I think we're showing a character of being so mature in certain moments and in big moments. And this is for me the most important thing. You know, to wait your moment in the game, to don't get crazy because they punish you or they make an action or whatever. And I think the composure, as you said, is the key of this team.
World Cup final, second in Spain's history. What does it mean for this generation to reach a World Cup final?
Well, it means a lot. We've only been twice in our history, so difficult to arrive until this moment. But we want more. We want to win this World Cup. We need to rest now. Of course, try to see what we can improve because we are going to expect even a tougher game the next one. But yeah, so happy.
Rodri talking to our Natalie Jedra, and Alexi, that ACL injury that he had last season for Manchester City, he didn't always get to play as he came back from that injury. That just speaks volumes. The way he's played at this World Cup is like the Rodri before that injury.
It's amazing, and as we said before, sometimes it goes unnoticed to the extent that somebody at his level can go unnoticed, but every team wants, they don't always have, but every team wants to have a player like him because it makes everybody around you confident. He is where he needs to be. He's a leader, and his ability to read things and to put out fires on a consistent basis, even when things are going crazy, and to work within the system that they have is just, it's just phenomenal. But you heard him say they're not done, and they still have something to do. And so I think that's a collective understanding of, yeah, we won, yeah, we're good, but the job's not done. And that history is still, for this generation, in the palm of their hand now.
And Zlatan, the timing of him rediscovering his form after what has happened the last couple of years, the timing right now for this World Cup could end up taking them all the way.
I think Pep Guardiola said the best Rodri we're going to see this season is in the World Cup. I had the same injury in my both knees. It takes time to come back because everything is new. You got to adapt. You got to bring back your movements. And he took those months in Premier League with City to get those movements. And in World Cup, he's showing who he is and why he won the Ballon d'Or. This is a Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah.
Don't forget. So he's a player that doesn't get a lot of credit, gets unseen, but he won Ballon d'Or, which is not normal for that position he plays in. So this is a high-level, world-class player. He gives confidence to the other ones. He makes the other players better. He puts things on fire, but he also puts water on fire. So this is a player every team needs.
You talked about you having that injury. Some players never come back, do they, from an injury as bad as that?
I cannot answer for this. I came back 2 times, and it's not an easy injury. It's a major injury. It takes time, and it's more of a mental recovery, especially the 4 or 5 first months. And if we talk about the injury, he had an ACL injury, so people know. And it takes time. It takes time because it's a long recovery, up to 7 to 1 year. It can take 7 months to 1 year. So it takes time. But if you are professional, you have the discipline, which is the most important, you will come back.
Another fantastic performance from Rodri, but the second goal finished by Pedro Porro. Thierry, let's take another look at it. A lovely team move from back to front.
I experienced it as a player playing against them, as a coach playing against them. Experienced it also with Barcelona, playing with Barcelona. Is you need to understand that the ball moves. Everybody needs to stay in their position. Trust your teammates. Let the ball fly. You can see here, they open up every time to attract the team. Movements. Nobody stays in the same position. You see movement, but you stay where you're supposed to be. Olmo went up. Fabian Ruiz went down. Now they play wide. They attract you again. No rush. You're trying to play on the outside. No, we go back inside. Now Fabian Ruiz goes up. Olmo now is still down. But then when he's going to see the space in between Manukone that's dead, he's going to go, okay, let me receive that ball. Boom, I saw you. Now you get it. Again, don't be greedy with it. Bring it now to the other side. Okay, let me free my winger. Baena's going to kill the sequence. Okay, it can happen. Okay, recycle. Rodri's on the ball. He doesn't try to shoot. He's trying to see another guy. Boom, recycle. Fabian Ruiz is on it. Ball goes on the other side. Now, let me assess the situation. 2 came, boom. Play, follow. Sounds simple, right? 2-0. Semi-final of the World Cup. You just pass the ball around France like they were not there. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Is it doesn't matter if Baena plays, if it's Nico Williams, if it's whoever it is. They know what they need to do since they are 9 years old. So it doesn't matter who comes or who doesn't come in. They know. That's what I'm talking about. Who are you? What's your philosophy? What's your identity? So when the guy comes in, even if it's his first cap, second cap, or third cap, he knows the system because they play in the same system. It's pretty simple, right? When you hear about it and when you see what they did. But you need to think about it.
I know, just quickly, you want to talk about Marc Cucurella, a player who was at the beginning of that build-up, who's been at Chelsea for a number of years, is on his way to Real Madrid, and you can see why during this World Cup.
No, people make me laugh because they always look at Cucurella and they laugh about him. One of you see him suffer. He played and Lex will know that, 31 minutes on a yellow, defending sometime Dembele in 1v1, sometime Michael Olise in 1v1. He didn't take a second yellow. He won battles. He put I won't say them in his pocket, but on the yellow, you know how hard that is. That's not the first time I see him do that. So you have to give him his credit. You have to give Pedro Porro his credit. So look, like I said, I'm going to go back. You're seeing that now. Spain suffer a very long time to be able to win and being able to show the world what they can do because they had an idea about something. They went about it at a youth level. Don't start with the top. Start with the youth.
Yeah, 16 years since they were last in that World Cup final, but of course they are the kings of...
All right, guys, thank you again. Deschamps, only the 3rd player and coach to win a World Cup as a player and as a coach. We talked about in the pregame, though, Javier, that left side of the French backline in the midfield, that was a soft spot, and Spain exploited it today.
Yeah, definitely. Lamine Yamal with a very clever and cheeky play. You know, that we've seen so many penalties like that when the ball is in the air, the defender or the guy who wants to kick it out. The players come before the kick. We saw it with Luka Modric, you know, against England and etc. Some other penalties, and then this happened for Digne, and then the penalty, then Oyarzabal with a lot of personality. I agree what they say over there about that he's not playing in these top world-class clubs. That's why they don't respect him maybe, and we don't talk about him, but the numbers are there, you know. To come here in a semi-final, score a penalty, you know, what that matters. But then Pedro Porro, the amazing 1-2 that he did, an amazing goal, was as well from the right side.
We're seeing highlights of Yamal right now. Landon, grade his performance today.
He was fantastic. He drew the penalty. He hasn't been the goal scorer we've expected this tournament. But as he's gotten healthier throughout the tournament, he's gotten better and better. And you just see it. Where we sat, our vantage point was great. And you said it so perfectly before the game. Every time he gets the ball, there's this real fear in the French team. And his decision-making as to when to just pass quickly and then everybody relaxes, or he starts to go at you, and he mixed it up perfectly all night. And he was almost unplayable at times. Both goals came down that side.
Yep.
Plus the goal he scored that was a little bit offside. He was great.
Let's talk about the Spanish defense. World Cup record, 6th shutout they pitched today. They've only allowed 1 goal. What is it about what they do, particularly today, Javier, that shut down a French side that was arguably the best offensive unit at this World Cup?
I'm going to keep insisting that the way that they press, it helps them a lot because they maintain their opposition always as far as they can, and they can recover a lot of balls. So the volume of the defense, it's less because they're pressing and pressing high enough, and they recover a lot of balls. And even if they don't recover, they make the ball to come a little bit, not, we said in the football world, not as clean as they expected offensively part of your opposition. So I think that's important. And then, the four defenders, Cucurella, Pedro Porro, Laporte, and Cubarsí, they did an amazing game today, stopping Mbappe, make them a very hard day. Olise didn't have a very good performance, but as well is because of the credit of how the whole team defends in Spain.
They weren't as dominant statistically possession-wise, but their possession was so calm and so professional, and they just slowly would pick apart the French team and made them run to the point where the French team would be disgusted because they couldn't get around the ball, and they would just be dejected and give up a little bit. And there were these moments in the game, two really important moments. Balls got clipped over the top, and we kind of stood out. Mbappe's in. We went, oh my God. And Unai Simon was aggressive, charged off his line and made a couple massive plays. And that plays into your psyche too from France. You're like, we can't play in front of you. They're defending well, and we try to go behind, and Unai Simon is so far off his line and puts out the fire. We can't find a way to break them down.
At what point were you saying, uh-oh, France is in trouble today?
Well, it felt pretty early for me because, look, I talked, when Ian and I called the Spanish game earlier in the tournament, I said there is this commitment by everybody to defend collectively, and they're so, you talk about them and with the possession and all that, they just defend so well. All their top four players really press. And actually France tonight, this was the most I've seen them run and press. They just couldn't get around the ball consistently. Yeah, there were a few giveaways when Unai Simon had to play long and Oyarzabal couldn't bring it down and all that. But they were just so calm in how they went about it, and then their pressing was so effective, and it never allowed France to get any control of the game.
Your thoughts on Mbappe and his performance today?
I think he did good. The situation is they were facing a better team today. I think not individually, I think groupally, Spain did a better job than France. The France players in general, they didn't help the attackers to put them in a better position, but I think it wasn't because of individualities. I think the team basically, like Landon said it, how this Spain team plays defensively and as well offensively. We see it in that play with Pedro Porro, in the right side, how he ends up finishing an amazing play from the whole team. Rodri as well, doing so much silent job that no one sees it because it's not like extraordinary or shining, but it's so important for this national team. And then two players that I think they want this opportunity to start in the game, like it's Fabian Ruiz and Dani Olmo. In the beginning of the World Cup, they weren't starters. They weren't trying to fix, and even I remember, for example, in the first lineup against Cabo Verde, exactly. Gavi started as a left winger, not even Baena. They were trying to figure out how to put a player over there to cover a very huge position like he was Nico Williams.
And I was just going to say, by the way, we didn't even see Nico Williams for very much tonight, so he will be a little bit fitter in the next game if and when they need him in the game. If you were going to construct a team, Rob, this is the ideal team. You have veteran, good goalkeeper, really solid Laporte, who's a good leader, and then a young center back who's maybe the best young center back, maybe the best center back in the world. Two veteran outside backs who attack and defend well. And you have this midfield that is, you have to say, the best in the world. You have a really dangerous, nasty winger who can go at you and beat you with pace. You have the calm of Fabian Ruiz and Oyarzabal, and then you have Baena, who goes under the radar too. Just a really good soccer player. They're just an elite team as a group.
Let's put a bow on France. How would you describe this team as they exit at the semifinal stage?
Man, they were fun to watch.
It was amazing. It was amazing. So fun to watch. It was amazing to watch them, in the record that they had and the expectations that we were putting on them on this game. It was phenomenal. But once again, the better team today was Spain. It's not that France was terrible. Of course, when you lose, they weren't terrible. The situation is Spain did an amazing plan. They followed it. They executed pretty well, and then they scored the goals, and then France couldn't. But I think France had made an amazing World Cup. They couldn't. We spoke it off camera. They couldn't repeat, the three finals in a row in the World Cups. They couldn't make that. But then they're gonna be trying to make the third or fourth place. Even the people say it doesn't matter. Of course it matters. Go right now instead of going third or fourth, and then Mbappe
and the golden boot.
And the golden boot as well.
To him,
exactly.
But like Thierry said, merci to Didier Deschamps and what he's done. It was phenomenal and so fun to watch. But in the important moments where they were able to get wide and go 1v1, Spain, time after time, just put out the fire with either two people defending or just good individual defending and made it way less dangerous than it's been in other games.
Definitely. Felt like we were at Aztec at the end with the Olays going on as Spain was knocking
a lot of
it
Mexican
around.
fans.
A lot of Mexican fans here as well. So La Roja moves on to their second ever World Cup final. We will see them, Rebecca, Sunday in New York.